Here's what's coming up on your horizon. Well, it's now been a month since the first deadly tornadoes ripped a path through parts of central Oklahoma. We'll begin today seeing how victims and volunteers are still picking up the pieces of lives thrown asunder.
I appreciate so much all the technology centers from around the state that have contributed and helped us to get to where we are today.
I'm Keela Kellen in El Reno. When an EF5 tornado hit this community, Canadian Valley Technology Center was in its bullseye. And while no lives were lost, millions of technology equipment was scattered into the wind.
We'll look at what lessons can be learned from such tragedies from a town that has reinvented itself after a devastating tornado left little of it standing. And we look back at two different stories we brought you earlier this spring that proved to be all too prophetic. Plus, a critical eye on the dangerous business of storm chasing. Stay with us for Oklahoma Horizon.
Oklahoma Horizon is made possible by the Oklahoma Department of Career and Technology Education.
Oklahoma's investment in career tech provides more than nationally recognized technology education and training. It produces solid financial returns for the state's economic future. Oklahoma Career Tech, elevating our economy.
And the Oklahoma Department of Agriculture, Food, and Forestry, helping good people grow good things. And now, from the Career Tech Studios in Stillwater, here's your host, Rob McClendon.
Hello everyone, thanks for joining us here on Horizon. Well, the cleanup continues in communities hit hardest by severe weather this spring. Damage estimates by Oklahoma's insurance department exceed $2 billion, while the human toll incalculable. Joining me now is our Andy Barth.
Rob, we're here in Moore, Oklahoma, where just 1 month ago, an EF5 tornado ravaged the community. As a result, groups of people from across the state and nation have poured into Moore to help rebuild the town, restoring hope to those who lost it all.
The winds erupted and left the remnants of a war zone in its path. The deadly EF5 tornado that hit Moore, Oklahoma, broke records, ruined homes, and changed lives.
My sister called me, tell me to turn on the TV.
It is heading right into
Ellen Hatcher recalls the events that fateful day and says for her, it was a close call.
I didn't even think about leaving because I thought, well, you know, it's supposed to be going a little bit south. And then my sister kept calling me back and saying it's coming straight for you.
Hatcher was lucky. Her home sustained some damage, but remained standing and livable. Others aren't so fortunate. As the debris stretches for miles, an overwhelming amount of people pour in to help clean up and rebuild.
I appreciate so much all the technology centers from around the state that have contributed and helped us to get to where we are today.
Andrea Pogue is an employee of the Oklahoma Department of Career Tech, a group that came to Moore to aid in cleanup efforts, a task that Pogue says is bigger in person.
People don't realize on television, I don't think, just how big this deal is. And it most certainly gets very personal when you start talking with property owners and people who have lost literally everything.
Oklahoma Career Tech is among many groups volunteering in Moore, support that shows no sign of stopping.
I think there's been a lot of love and a lot of attention paid to this area, and they've gotten just an enormous amount of volunteers and products that have come in to support those volunteers and the residents who live here.
And for Career Tech's Rhonda Foote, volunteering means state pride and loving her neighbor.
Oklahoma is the land we love. These are our brothers and our sisters, and we want to help them rebuild bigger and better than they were before this disaster.
And for people like Marie Sotkamp, volunteering is a way to return a favor.
It's important to always give back to others. Throughout my lifetime, I've had people that have helped me also in serious times, you know, without having to ask them. They just know that it's important to always help others, and, you know, everyone is your neighbor.
And the outpour of support leaves tornado victims very grateful.
It's amazing, you know, to have people help you, you know, and I've lived in this neighborhood for 30 years, and we just normally say hi and bye and wave at each other in the neighborhood, and then to come out and everybody just wanting to help you, it's just amazing. So, and very grateful. Everybody's just really glad to do it for each other.
Bringing people together in a neighborhood, Hatcher has no intentions of leaving.
No, I plan on staying put. I don't plan on leaving. This is the only house I've ever lived in, really, so I plan on staying here.
Now, there are several programs in place to help with the cleanup and rebuilding efforts here in Moore, and one of those programs is Skills to Rebuild. And here with me now is the head of the program, Matt Luttrell. Matt, thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Now, Matt, talk to me about Skills to Rebuild and what it's about and where we're at in the process right now.
So Skills to Rebuild is a multi-phase program that started with educating people on safety and rebuilding techniques that we teach in our technology centers every day. We're doing that through internet-based education through our website on the OK Career Tech main page. In addition to that, we have crews out helping with safety training in partnership with our technology centers, as well as this team you see here today who's working to help clean up in Moore, clean up in Bethel and Shawnee, and clean up in Little Axe as embedded safety ambassadors. So our primary goal is to help clean up, but at the same time keep people safe and encourage them to use personal protective equipment and to do a safe job as well as a good job.
Certainly. Now, where can people go to get more information and to become involved with this program?
They can go to the OK Career Tech website, www.okcareertech.org. There is a Skills to Rebuild icon in the top right-hand corner, and they can learn more about the program there.
Now, I understand there are multiple phases to this project. Where do we go from here?
So we started with safety training efforts. Now we've got feet on the ground helping with cleanup. And the third phase is educating people as they rebuild homes and things of that nature. A lot of people want to do that on their own, may not have the means to hire contractors or the desire to hire contractors. So as those requirements come up, our local technology centers will offer training to those individuals.
All right, Matt, thank you so much. And that's going to do it for us here in Moore, Oklahoma, where people are coming together to help rebuild the community. Rob?
So is this volunteer effort also underway in other areas impacted by the storms?
Absolutely. The cleanup process and the rebuilding process isn't only happening here in Moore. It's also happening in Little Axe and places like Shawnee that were also devastated by the storm.
All right. Thank you so much, Andy.
You're welcome, Rob.
Now, when we return, we'll look at the economic impact the spring storms has on Oklahoma education.
You're watching Oklahoma Horizon, featuring some of the good things that are happening in the great state of Oklahoma.
Well, Oklahoma school superintendent says as many as 56 public school campuses were damaged by the violent storms and floods that ripped through the state last month. Now, all 7 sites in El Reno's public schools reported damage from wind, water, and large hail, but it was the local career tech that was hit the hardest. Joining me now is our Keela Kellen.
Well, Rob, as you can see behind me, the Canadian Valley Technology Center took a direct hit, causing insurmountable damage. This destruction took place only 11 days after the devastating Moore tornado, with all too similar results. With the El Reno campus of Canadian Valley Technology Center left in pieces, Superintendent Greg Winters is working hard to plan for the future.
My first reaction was, what a shame. It's been such a great school for 40 some odd years, 42, 43 years, and then in just a matter of less than a minute, you got a lot of history and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears is just basically wiped out, just that quick. It's just going to shock, to be real honest about it. It's probably the only way you can survive stuff like that is your body and your brain just kind of takes over. But it was tough. I'll tell you, really, really tough.
And while any disaster like this is tough, Winter says he's had the best help he could have ever asked for.
I've had great employees everywhere I've been. Been a very fortunate administrator for 30 years as a superintendent. And you've got great folks. You know you do because you watch them every day, you work with them every day. But boy, you go through something like this, and it just redefines how great they are.
And while a great staff is working to put back the pieces, some of it may not be salvageable.
We've got millions of dollars of equipment inside our buildings, and it's a big operation, 215,000 square feet in the old El Reno footprint. And got a lot of equipment in every square foot of that thing, and so a lot of it's damaged beyond control. We didn't even try to get it out. It was no good.
And while cleanup and construction is still underway at the Canadian Valley Tech Center in El Reno, a temporary home is being put together here in Yukon at the former John Holt Chevrolet dealership.
Thank God we've got this facility. If we didn't have this facility, I don't know what we'd do. We'd be spread out all over Canadian County, probably running a program or two here or there, or whatever.
A challenge being met head on to build back better than before.
One of the things that I really want to try to do is design the safest technology center, not just in the state of Oklahoma, but in America.
Making things safe while making do with what he has.
This is going to work. We're going to make it work.
This EF5 tornado was a record breaker, stretching 2.6 miles wide, leaving several homes and businesses in total destruction. And while people in the area begin to recover, their plans to rebuild are already underway.
So, Keela, what are the plans to get classes going once again at the Tech Center?
Well, Rob, Dr. Winters did say that he already has some of his classes held in various technology centers in the area, and he plans to have the majority of his classes held in Yukon starting in August.
All right. Thank you so much, Keela.
You're welcome, Rob.
Still to come on Oklahoma Horizon, calculating the costs. But first, rebuilding green.
Well, 6 years after an EF5 tornado destroyed 95% of the town, Greensburg, Kansas has become a model for environmentally friendly living. Per capita, Greensburg is the world's leading community in environmentally certified buildings, plus the entire town is powered by renewable energy. Now, Daniel Wallach is the founder and executive director of a group that is largely credited with turning their tornado tragedy into the opportunity of becoming the greenest town in America. Mr. Wallach, well, no one would ever wish the disaster that hit your town. Has it given you the opportunity to kind of like a phoenix rise from the ashes?
Absolutely. You know, there's, you hear maxims about opportunity coming out of crisis. Well, Greensburg is a living example of that. The bonding that happens in rural communities around adversity is a powerful lesson, I think, for the world, certainly for our country. It's something that concerns me about the loss of rural communities, because there is a cultural ethic and value in coming together around adversity, around crisis. And again, I think that's why Greensburg has struck such a chord internationally, is watching this community come together and you know, do this collective barn raising. It's been a very powerful experience. If you can do it without severe crisis, do it. And I think because the tornado was so sudden, it kind of shocked people out of a slumber. I think in other rural communities, they've got to wake up, because the communities themselves are dying. I call rural communities endangered species. I really think they are. And one of the most important lessons, and this is what I learned before working in Greensburg, is that rural communities that don't have distinct identities don't fare well. You need a distinct identity. You need something that makes you stick out from all the other communities. You need something that makes people want to travel to your community. And I think that is a real opportunity in rural America, is that kind of tourism. In Greensburg, we're calling it ecotourism, but just generally, it's backroads tourism.
Why did you choose to go green when you started rebuilding?
We chose to go green, first of all, the name Greensburg, even though that was named for Cannonball Green and had nothing to do with sustainability. But with a name like Greensburg and the popularity of the issue, it made sense. It made sense for a lot of reasons. This is a town that was devastated, and people wanted to find some meaning in that devastation, and they could do that by coming back as a model of doing things differently. They had a clean slate, and we saw that as a real opportunity. And you know, why do things in the status quo? Why You know, energy, clean energy is a major issue. Why are we importing oil? It just seems to do nothing but cause problems. So let's talk about harnessing our own resources of solar and wind and keeping those dollars in the community. And then it was about keeping multiple generations in the community. The kids and young adults, many of whom had already left the community because there was no work there, were thrilled about the concept and about coming back home and living and working there, and that's already happening. The school's already bigger now than in terms of enrollment than it was pre-tornado.
Well, other towns facing similar destruction after a tornado have reached out for advice from Greensburg. Town officials say they've worked with city officials from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and Joplin, Missouri on the benefits of rebuilding Greene. Want to share something you've seen here today? Well, all of our episodes are streaming on our YouTube channel at Oklahoma Horizon TV, or you can subscribe to our weekly free podcasts on iTunes. Insurable losses from the spring storms have now climbed to over $250 million, and by all accounts, will only go higher. According to Oklahoma Emergency Management, almost 4,000 structures were impacted during the tornadoes, and 1,200 were destroyed. Devastating news for families, businesses, and the insurance companies paying out the claims. Earlier this spring, our Keela Kellen attended a severe storm summit that turned out all too prophetic.
Before there was a cloud in the sky, Oklahoma's insurers were preparing for another season of storms at a national storm summit held in Oklahoma City.
We've had some historic amounts of weather in the last decade in Oklahoma and throughout the Midwest. And so certainly it's not a question of if a storm is going to impact the Midwest, it's when and where. So again, this tornado summit brings a lot of people together to help in the awareness aspect and bring general awareness to the public. We're getting ready for spring storm season, so it's critical to continue to heighten awareness of this important issue.
John Weiscover of Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance helped to bring the summit to Oklahoma and says it's important to be ready when severe weather hits.
In Oklahoma, we've had the toughest 10 years from a catastrophe standpoint ever, and many of those events have been tornadoes. It's really critical for Oklahomans, but all people that potentially are impacted by tornadoes, which can occur in any of the United States, to be better aware of it, better prepared, and also what to do if you're in the path of a tornado, and then also certainly helping us as an industry better help people respond and help that recovery process.
But even the preparations can't keep Mother Nature at bay. Oklahoma Insurance Commissioner John Doak.
Last year was just tremendous. If you think about it, we had tornadoes and wildfires all across the state of Oklahoma. Tornadoes, 90 homes destroyed in Woodward, Oklahoma, in relatively 2.5 minutes, what it took for that to happen. We had tornado outbreaks in Norman, microbursts there, Norman, Piedmont, Tushka. We've had them all across the state of Oklahoma. Coupled with that is we had over 100,000 acres burned by Oklahoma wildfires last year. So the impact of insurance is really huge in the state of Oklahoma. The claims have been really probably approaching probably close to $1 billion last year. And then the year before that, you had the Joplin tornadoes right across the border in Missouri. So our corridor, we know it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when we're going to have bad weather.
A certainty that everyone here agrees often can't be avoided, but can be prepared for.
The best thing for Oklahoma consumers can do is, one, they need to know what their policy says in case they have a total claim or a loss due to severe weather. And if they're in rural Oklahoma and they have their home paid off, one of the things they need to think about is making sure that they have a good insurance policy on that, because most Americans, their single largest asset, and Oklahomans, is their home.
Which is why making sure you're covered and protecting your home can often be the key to staying safe.
Well, since the storms, Insurance Commissioner John Doak issued an order suspending policy non-renewals, cancellations, and terminations for Oklahomans affected by the severe storms. Estimates are, across the U.S., May's storm damage will cost insurers upwards of $4 billion. You can keep up with us throughout the week. Just head to okhorizon.com, where you can see more of any of our stories, read our reporters' behind-the-scenes blogs, see what others are saying about us on Twitter, and face the facts with our regular updates. So reach out and touch us anywhere and anytime. Well, city leaders in Moore, Oklahoma say the death toll from the May 20th tornado would have been higher if so many families had not had storm shelters. EF5 tornadoes with winds close to 300 miles per hour are hard to survive unless underground or in a shelter. And we had 2 EF5s within 11 days. Now, earlier this spring, I visited with a manufacturer who makes storm shelters about why he believes in his work and the necessity for storm shelters.
Man, that thing is huge.
That's huge. I've never seen one that big.
Richard Crow knows firsthand the damage a tornado can do.
My family's house was hit with a tornado a couple of times.
So Crow decided to start a business that would protect his family and others. With welders working all around us, I talked to Crow about the business of making storm shelters.
We weld them upside down. One of the reasons I got into this business is we couldn't afford to buy one. They were so expensive. And we got into business, and we've helped bring prices way down in the industry and make it to where more people can afford them. And the last thing you want to see is somebody losing family members because they couldn't afford protection.
Take his name and address.
So what began as a small family-owned business.
Up until last year, I actually had 4 generations helping. This is my first year. My grandmother hadn't helped. I think she just said, I think she's had enough.
Has now grown into one of the larger manufacturers in the industry, now delivering storm shelters in 18 states.
But the average storm shelter is going to cost around $3,000 in Oklahoma. And the short story is it's pennies on the dollars for insurance policy to get one. It's a lifelong investment if you buy it from a good company.
Ground Zero makes 3 types of storm shelters: metal safe rooms that can withstand an F5 tornado, outdoor cement shelters, and their most popular, in-ground metal shelters that can be installed in most any garage.
In the garage below ground is very popular in Oklahoma City area. The safe room is very popular in the Tulsa metro area. And then, of course, you got the concrete shelter that's most popular in the rural area.
Giving families peace of mind and even saving lives when the weather turns deadly.
You get a phone call after a tornado goes through and get someone who tells you, hey, appreciate you and thank you. And you know why you wake up and go to work every day. It's very cool.
Next time on Oklahoma Horizon, an Oklahoma icon returns home.
He has said so many things about subjects that are relevant today. Immigration, greedy bankers, taking care of our land, taking care of our people. So Woody's voice needs to be heard.
A homecoming for Woody Guthrie and his folk music on Oklahoma Show for the Heartland, Oklahoma Horizon. Well, over my career, I've worked in several different television markets, and none have covered the weather as thoroughly as the stations do here in Oklahoma. And no wonder, we're in the heart of Tornado Alley, so we've learned to take our weather very, very serious. Yet the deaths of the storm chasers during the El Reno tornado does give me pause. Granted, I was sitting in the safety of my own couch watching the storms as they rolled into the state. But in watching the twisters develop, I was struck that tornado coverage in the middle of America has developed into our own blood sport, much like high-speed car chases are in Los Angeles. In fact, I find it offensive to hear a storm chaser high on adrenaline do a screen-filled play-by-play analysis as a tornado rips through someone's home, throwing their lives into the wind. Yeah, I know all the arguments of the scientific research done by storm chasers. But when it comes to those of us who make our living on TV, we are simply looking for the most gripping footage we can get, because the better the footage, the more viewers you attract, which translates into better ratings and more advertiser dollars. It's a dangerous game, and one I think the players are as much victims as they are participants. Ask any football coach, and they'll tell you you can't trust a player to tell you whether they're hurt or not. Competition just makes you lose perspective. And tornado storm chasing has become a competition in Oklahoma that is proven to have deadly consequences. I'm Rob McClendon. Thanks for watching. See you back here next week.
Horizon is made possible by the Oklahoma Department of Career and Technology Education and the Oklahoma Department of Agriculture, Food, and Forestry, helping good people grow good things. Copies of today's show are available on our website, okhorizon.com. Thank you for watching Oklahoma Horizon.